That is a go. You're good.
Oh, that is a go.
Oh,
that's a new one.
Sorry, the numbers are moving.
Yeah, I was like, that is a go. Are you trying out new material here?
I want a T-shirt of my own.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. Over the next half an hour-ish, we are going to be talking about some fun news stories and life experiences.
Yes.
I just threw that part in.
No, I like that.
I
We
just
do
threw
kind
that
of
part
talk
in.
more about life experiences than fun stories.
This is true. But the fun stories are sort of the talking, the
Yes.
jumping off
It's
points
the-
of the BID.
The reason we have a podcast in the first place.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, the thing that gives us justification for
With
having a
us,
podcast.
as always, the lovely and talented Tom Krajewski.
Well, thank you.
You're so pretty, Tom.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
I
thank
got a
you.
haircut.
You
Yeah,
did.
You did.
It's very nice.
Thank
It's
you.
fetching. Damn near fetching.
Thank you. I'm
You,
going
you survived Comic-Con, so you're like, I deserve a
I
haircut.
deserve a haircut.
barely. That's why I didn't bring any wine today. After like my binge last weekend, there is no wine left.
Yeah. You drank all the wine.
The people are up in Napa like, where did all the white wine go? There must have been some sort of college experience,
Yep.
bachelorette party, or Tom Krajewski just
Yeah.
was down at Comic-Con.
That happened.
That was a lot of fun too, man. All those fans that showed up.
Oh,
my
it was
gosh.
great. It was great. And the other thing I was going to say was, we kept talking during the live event
Yes.
because there was a camera pointed at us
Grr.
that everybody was going to see, and which I've totally forgot. I did not tell Tom that we were being videotaped.
Well, we didn't find out we were being videotaped until we showed up.
That's true.
So-
but when Tom showed up and I was texting him, I was like, come on in. And he sits down and he's like, what's the camera for? And why is it
Surprise,
pointing at us?
Tom.
And I was like, surprise.
Hey, I'm used to being on camera. I just like to get mentally prepared for it.
Yes.
I hear you.
And
I
wear
hear
a
you.
nicer shirt than my Target.
So I know some people asked if they could watch that video.
Yes.
It hasn't been posted yet, but it should be posted on Nerdist this week.
Yeah,
On
so
Nerdist.com.
stay
So
tuned.
obviously we will tweet the link out.
Yeah.
We understand that if you already listened to it, you might not want to see it again. But
I
hey,
feel like
pass
it's
the
additive.
video on.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's additive. I feel like
Yeah, exactly.
you see it, you listen to it, and then you're like, what are they saying? Like the guy who has a We Do Gun shirt.
Oh my
Right.
gosh,
Like, come on.
I love that guy.
Yes,
and
super popular at
and
Mass,
Brian from Japan Plane.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can see those people IRL.
By the
as
way,
they
thank
say.
you to everyone who showed up because that was really amazing and just a really nice justification as to why we do this.
Yeah.
Awesome.
By the way, it's literally the only reason I went down to Comic-Con. I was like,
Really?
well, I'm doing that show. And
Yeah.
then my buddy was like, well, I can get you a badge. I was like, awesome. I'm doing Comic-Con, guys.
Surprise.
It was super fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of super fun,
Yes.
I had a super not fun experience.
Uh-oh.
What at Comic-Con?
That was a great
No, not at
segue.
Comic-Con. Not at Comic-Con. So I'm, as a homeowner,
Yep.
there are certain things that, like, we're redoing our front lawn, right?
Yes,
As you saw.
I
So
know.
we're-
You show us every time we go over.
Well, you walk through it. You walk through it.
Alex
and it gets
is
better
very
and better
proud
and
of his
better.
front lawn because it's not a lawn. It's like
it's a cave.
rock garden
Yes.
with some various herbs in
Yes.
it. Yeah.
That's a
See,
good
I
way
pay
to describe
attention.
it. I like that.
And there's a fountain.
There is a
That's
fountain.
really just an overflowing horse trough.
Exactly, but
An
how awesome is
expensive
that?
overflowing
It's
horse
very
trough.
expensive. I keep saying ancient stone horse trough, and Heather keeps correcting me. She was like, "We don't know it's ancient," and I'm like, "What the fuck? I'm going to throw ancient in there."
It's like 50 years old.
It
so
could
that's
be.
ancient.
It says 50 BC on it.
yeah, you wrote that in
Stamped.
crayon. It's on there. Unless an archaeologist comes and de-verifies it, I'm saying ancient.
ancient. Okay, so
anyway,
what happened?
So we got rid of our gardener, like our
Because you no
mow
longer
and
have
blow type
plants.
purpose. No, because we basically our entire front lawn was gone, and we don't
Right.
have tons of plants in the backyard. Well, it became a fucking forest of weeds. Oh. Like when we go outside, I'll show you. Like waist high, fucking giant, crazy, like hard fucking root. It's like a
I
fucking
wish everyone
garden.
could see the hand motions that Alex
I'm
is making.
Kind
right
of
now.
dirty.
Those hand motions
Yeah.
are specifically done because there are no cameras.
And
I almost
you
said
did
thick
them.
stock, which
yeah,
I
no,
didn't wanna say.
You said it while you said hard and dirty.
Yeah, I did. It was
Yeah.
hard and dirty.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my Heather, my wife, has been like, we got to do something about these fucking weeds. Like, it's
Yeah.
driving me crazy. It literally looks like the fucking Jungle Book outside. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So she's gone up to Fresno, and I was like, you know what, babe? I'm gonna go to the hardware store. I'm gonna buy myself a weed whacker.
Did you really call her babe?
Yeah. And she was
Hey,
like,
babe.
why did you call me babe instead of dude? I usually call her dude. She's always like, why you call me dude? And I was like, because you're my dude, babe. No, I think actually what I said was because you're my bro, dude, or something like that. Anyway, it's endearing, but she was sort of like,
Wow. Yeah.
knock off the dude. But so I went and bought a weed whacker.
Right.
An electric weed
Oh,
whacker.
yeah.
Okay.
Very excited. And I was like, I've seen this done enough. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And I'm not out of shape so bad.
I can't wait to hear.
And then I bought Roundup. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh great, and I'll spray. Like I'm just gonna, and it's not big yard area.
No,
you know what I mean? It's like
that's
maybe
why I'm shocked you
50
need
feet.
an electric weed
Yeah,
whacker.
can't
Can't
you
you
go out
just pull
and
them with your
scissors
hands?
or
No,
something?
no way, scissors and hands.
Must
you
be
guys.
nice to be
you know
rich.
what? I got gloves.
Okay.
We'll put on some gloves and you can try to pull one of those fucking things out.
Okay,
just so you
got
can
it.
see because
Okay.
it's
I
like
bet Allison could do it
it's
over
like
you.
trying
Yeah.
to pick up.
Is it like picking up Thor's
Mjolnir.
head?
Yeah, exactly.
View?
It's like let's just get a fucking weed whacker in here for
Or Captain
Thor's hammer.
America.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I started.
Okay.
And by the way, I just came home. I was wearing like the clothes that I wear out, like this type of clothes.
One of
the
your
one
12
thing I
t-shirts
did,
from Amazon.
and the one thing I did was I was like, I'm gonna put on some of my less cool shoes. Like that was the like extent of the work I thought it was gonna be.
Right.
And I probably got halfway up the driveway.
Okay.
Took an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh.
I was sweating my ass off.
Okay.
And I hit a hornet's nest.
What?
Oh!
What?
It was like I was like
In the ground?
Yeah. All of a sudden, I was like, "Fuck, this is so bad." And then I got the broom out because now I left this spray of just shit all over the place because it basically just explodes the weeds. And it's not like I have a leaf blower or anything. So I
Right.
got a broom, and so I'm like brooming up, and I'm like,
It's called
"Fuck."
sweeping. It's not called brooming.
I'm sweeping broom. I'm active brooming, and I'm just like, "What the fuck?" And then all of a sudden, I see this hornet out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, "Oh no." And then I see another hornet, and they're all like
no.
looking at they're like sniffing the like leaves that I just cut off, like weeds I
no.
cut
They're
down.
putting
I'm
the
like,
pieces together. Who
and
did
then
this?
and it literally was like one of those moments out of a movie. Like I'm sitting there, I was like brooming, and then I go brooming, and I stop, and I look, and this hornet turns and like sees me. And starts kind of hovering towards me, and I'm holding the broom, and I'm like, "Oh, what?" And then these two other hornets come up,
Like
and
velociraptors.
literally. And I was like, brooming. I like back away, slowly brooming, backing away. And then I literally just sort of like put the thing down, and I just ran inside the house.
Oh my god.
And I left it there. I was like, that's all the gardening
Yep.
I've done.
Heather can
we
deal with
go.
that when she gets
And
back.
I texted Heather, and I was just, and by the way, I was just fucking I took my pants off, I threw them in the corner, had my sneakers, I was just like sitting, I went straight into the shower, and by the way, halfway up the fucking driveway.
Yeah.
Didn't even finish the thing.
So, are they out there angry right now? So when
Yeah.
Allison and
How
I
did you
watch
leave,
invite
out,
us
watch out.
over?
Be careful.
When was
Be careful.
this?
Yesterday.
Oh, it was yesterday. Great.
Yeah, yesterday, around about now, so.
Oh, there's a bunch of pissed off hornets in the driveway waiting for us when we
I
get out
literally was like, I'm not going to do this again.
there. I'm done.
I'm done. That is it. And then I felt like, wow, God, the people that like do this, like that's what
No
they
kidding.
do. House after house after house, right? They'll do like 4 houses a day. And I was like, how the fuck do they? I mean, I can't
Yeah.
even. I cannot even.
You can't even.
I can't even.
You're such a white girl.
I was super popular at gardening.
Yeah, super popular.
so you didn't get stung. You're fine.
I didn't get stung. I didn't get stung, but the Kodan
you got-
Armada
but you got
was after
bullied.
me.
You got-
I got bullied. That's
you
what it
got
was.
bullied by a gang
I
of
got
hornets.
bullied.
By three.
They're like, nice pants and shoes. I was like, I gotta go.
Brooming.
Brooming.
That's awesome.
Dude,
so,
I broomed backwards so slow.
do we have my favorite part? Emails.
We do have emails, and I'm gonna do this.
Yay!
I'm gonna do this on the flysies.
I'm gonna be so sad if one day you're like, no one emailed us.
I know that's gonna be bad.
People-
First off,
Please keep.
I
emailing
got to
us.
read this one because it says it's called Ahoy Hoy Strikes
Ahoy.
Back.
Yeah.
like Chips Ahoy cookies.
Yeah, I think he might have emailed us before.
He has. Ahoy, hoy,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did the Ahoy Hoy.
There's a Simpsons kind of reference.
Yeah,
Actually.
my favorite is that it starts with "Dearest Tom and Allison."
Ah, no,
thank you.
Alex.
Dearest Tom and Allison, what the fuck?
Fuck
My
off,
new best
Alex.
friend.
Oh, and then he said, "We'll get to you in a minute, Alexander." But I
Oh.
digress.
But I digress.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
5 gold and a party for Allison,
Yay!
as she is the she's the first English-speaking person able to pronounce my name without me having to say it for several times.
Yay!
What was his name again? It's
He was
Makala, Mike,
Wait,
Mike,
what?
Majorca? Majorca?
Michael.
Oh, this isn't
me
Rude?
Flemheel. Me Flemheel.
No.
I'm looking at the end.
Mikhail.
Michael.
Mikhail. With the
Mikhail?
phlegm. That's
Mikhail.
it.
Oh,
Phlegm. We did that last time. We made the same
totally
mistake.
Jesus.
Mikhail.
Michael.
It's Michael, but with a ch.
Anyway, now Alex, I don't even know what a dingus is,
A dingus.
and I don't know what a degus is. Oh, I do know what a degus is, though. It is a pet that I have, the one that looks like a rat, and is named Taylor.
He has a rat named Taylor.
Oh
Save
my
Taylor
God.
the rat.
We all know who's super popular at maths, but I wonder who's super popular at meth.
Meth.
Walter White.
I'm going to say we probably have a couple fans out there that are super popular at meth.
There was, in my old apartment building, there was a guy building a meth lab in the garage next to
Really?
us. Yeah. So they found out when the guy died. It could have exploded.
Wait, he died
By the way,
because it exploded?
No.
Another amazing one-sentence story by Tom.
Tom.
And they found out when he died. What? Wait, what?
Yeah, okay, this is there's an apartment above the garage, and we lived in the house in front of it, and they were making this whole meth lab in there the whole time. We had no idea. Then the lady downstairs from us died. It was her people living with her putting this meth lab in our garage that could have exploded and killed the people above it. But also, they found nude pictures in there.
They also found nude pictures of them?
Yeah, drug people like naked girls.
Drug people.
Drug people like naked girls is
A
also
lot
a
of people
great
like
T-shirt.
Naked girls. Yeah, drug people like naked girls.
Drug people like naked girls. That sounds like something that like a Republican TSA or like
Yes.
Remember,
like a church. Yeah, remember, kids, drug people like naked girls.
Unmarried naked
It's
girls.
just as bad as you think.
Yeah.
So he says, all kidding aside, if you ever do a marathon podcast, I'd be happy to provide some of many great Belgian beers that Will Wheaton himself would wish he was Tom.
Oh, that's a nice.
That is a nice way to put it.
Can
I'll
we
even
replace
include
Tom
some
with
of
Will
the.
Wheaton?
I'll even include
Well, we've
some
never heard of them.
Bruggeissaat. Oh, was it? I feel like we did a story. Was that the one with that the
the
thing ran
crazy-
under?
Oh yeah,
like tube ran
that
under the
was
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Good memory, that guy.
Yeah, and then it says, I can't remember why. I don't understand. Oh, I see. Brew is in that. Right, geez. Brew.
Well, are you speaking English at any point in this email, Alex?
P.S. 4 points open the. Oh, dude. P.S. 4 points open the world of geek and nerdiness to me.
Oh.
Belgium is really lacking on that front, so thank you very, very much.
Oh, is
That's
he
so
from
sweet.
Belgium?
Yeah.
Oh, Michael.
Mikhail.
All right.
Oh,
Cool.
my God,
great.
Mikhail, I love it.
Yeah, he's the guy who
4
sent the
point
story in the
shout-out.
first place. That's awesome. We have to do our marathon. That's what we decided, right?
Yeah.
We're going to do it right before Christmas, so we have the 7 days of...
You're cool with that? I thought
Yeah.
you were the last holdout.
No, she was the one that was like, Alex, why
I
are
always
you
wanted
not-
to do it.
Yeah, she was the one that was blaming
I
me
was
for
probably
not
drunk when
doing
we were
it.
talking about this.
No,
There's
I
a lot
was
of
like,
wine.
let's schedule this. All right.
All right, sweet, let's do it.
No, Alex is the one who has to contact Canadian lady.
Canadian lady.
And get
well,
us
she's probably
wine.
listening right now.
Yeah, Canadian lady, we want your wine.
We want your wine.
Yeah.
Sendies.
Alex will hit you up.
First off, emails that start that the subject is free candy.
Yay!
You gotta read that.
And it's not spam?
No, literally, it's from Ron, and he says,
Yeah, Ron.
"Hi, hey."
Oh, man.
And there was a burp in there, and I was like, "How did he write that?"
That was terrible, Alex.
He said, "Hey, Alex, Allison, and also Tom, loving
Yay.
the show. Thank you so much for the free funny. One time, I got a paper cut on my eyeball.
No!
On my eyeball. That is all, Ron."
Brilliant. Thank you for that.
I love that was called free candy.
He tricked
He
me!
totally tricked you.
Ah!
Oh, paper cut on the
That was
eyeball.
The one. I don't.
I love
want,
it.
I refuse your free candy, Ron. That was fucking terrible.
It makes,
Oh my god,
yeah,
that was amazing.
makes my one sentence stories look good.
All right.
Oh my god. All right, I'll do this one real quick because it said very short is the subject.
It's
It's actually very long, but it's about him being a short person. No, I'm just kidding.
Did I write this email?
That'd be great if it said very short, and it's just this paragraph of information about him being a
Yes.
very short person.
okay.
It's from Corey Lawrence.
Oh, Corey.
You know your show is happy hour with Allison and Alex and Tom.
yes.
So it could also be happy hour with AA. You know, like Alcoholics Anonymous, which somebody just brought that up
told
to us at Comic-Con.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Get it?
It
But
was-
I
was it
digress. Love the
Johnny?
show. Was it Johnny?
I forget.
It might have been Johnny. I
Yeah.
can't remember who it was, but somebody was like, happy hour with Allison and Alex. You know it's happy hour with
And we were
AA.
like, what?
You're like, no, it is.
I know, which makes it like so ironic. I
Yeah,
love it.
That's brilliant.
Although today is the happy hour with AA because
Yeah,
none
we're
of us are
sober
drinking.
today.
Yeah.
All of us
What's up
having
with
had
that?
it a little rough after Comic-Con. I think.
Oh God, Comic-Con. You just can't even.
All the open bars.
No.
Come on.
I know.
Oh yeah, and
Oh,
the bar hopping from like
Yeah.
party to party to party.
Yeah,
and you're like,
Alex
what
and
the
I went
hell?
to 3 parties together.
Oh, thanks for
Friday
the
night.
invites.
It might have been 4. It was 4.
It was 4.
It was 4 that night.
We went to 4 parties.
4 parties, and each of us had our own dinner to go to. So it was
Yes.
like
That's
4
cool.
parties and a dinner.
4
Ugh.
parties and a dinner.
That
4
sounds like a
weddings and
fun
a funeral.
Yeah, I was going to say
5 gold and a party. It all has a rhythm.
Party.
It all has a rhythm.
Yeah, a lot of partying.
5 gold and a party. What is that from?
Oh my gosh, what kind of friend are you?
Is it? I was going to say, is it Titan's?
It's from
Grave?
Titan's Grave.
Yeah, that's what I
yes.
figured.
By the way, wait, listen to how terrible of a friend I am. I just did an interview this past week.
Yeah.
And this woman, Michelle, who was interviewing me, I'll get to that. She was fabulous, and she like first asked me about BattleBots, and then she asked me about Con Man, and then she asked me about Titan's Grave, and she's like, "So, is there anything else you're working on right now?" And I was like, "No, I think you covered it all." And she's like, "Well, I happen to know that you work on something else because I listen to your podcast." And I'm like,
busted.
I mean, my podcast.
So busted.
I work on my podcast. That too. But it was
Welcome
awesome.
to the half-hour happy hour with Alex and Tom.
I know. I felt like a jerk, but then it was almost awesome because she's like,
was
I know
saved.
because
That's
I listened to
amazing.
Yeah,
it. She
that was
listens to it.
amazing.
So thank you, Michelle, for listening to our podcast
That's
and
fantastic.
reminding me that I do a
that you do
podcast.
it. Well, I will say, I think, as all joking aside, I think that the realized, because it's so easy to do and it doesn't take as much time, I often forget that we are going to do one next
Right,
weekend.
'cause it
You know what I
doesn't feel
mean?
like
I'm
work.
just sort of like,
Yeah.
every once in a while I get a text like, we are doing one next weekend. I'm like, oh, yeah, well, yeah, because it's
Yeah.
just so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
know.
mean, it's really difficult, everybody. We spend
really-
a lot of time and energy.
I know. Thank you.
bringing
Keep
you
listening
this.
and send us money.
Send us money.
Send us money.
PayPal.
No, as long as you guys, as long
Yeah,
as you
we-
guys keep offering to give us drinks to do podcasts, I
Oh,
think.
man. Yeah.
And
I
offering
wonder-
great free candy.
Isn't there an app where you can like buy friends drinks at other bars? We should set that app up so people can buy us drinks.
I feel like I literally had a conversation with somebody
Yeah.
that was planning on doing that,
yeah.
and I don't know if that went through.
Oh, okay. I feel like that's possible. Guess what? I bet next week we have an email with one of our fans
Yeah.
being like, "This is how we can buy you drinks."
Yeah, or you'll get a push notification on your phone that's like, "Drank,"
Drink.
and you're like, "Oh, I got a drink."
I got a drink.
That's, by the way, that's got to be the name of
It's a
it.
DRA.
Drank. Yeah.
Okay.
Love
yeah.
it.
All right.
Drank.
Oh, that's
Should we
great.
do a story or something?
Let's do a story. We got some fun stuff to be talking about. First off, I just want to talk. This is sort of global. There isn't a very specific single story, but guys, we fucking went to Pluto.
Yeah.
We
That's
fucking went
insane.
to Pluto.
At first, I thought you meant we, like you, me, and Tom.
Guys,
and I was like,
guys,
what?
do you fucking remember 2 days ago when we went to Pluto?
Yes. I just read the greatest tweet today, and apologies because I obviously don't remember who tweeted it, so I'm not giving this person proper
But
credit.
at least you're saying that.
But I'm saying
Just
it
good.
wasn't me.
Yeah.
Wasn't me. This girl was like, we basically broke up with Pluto 9 years ago, obsessed over it this entire time, and then drove slowly past its house.
That is exactly what we did.
Because we
Yeah.
kicked it out of the whole planetary
I know.
thingy, right? Like, it's not
The whole-
a planet.
It's not a planet anymore.
No, but by the way, that happened literally like months after we sent the New Horizons off to go to Pluto.
Really?
Yeah. We sent in 2006.
So NASA's
we
like,
launched.
fuck, I hope
Yeah.
they weren't going to figure that out.
They were like, "This is gonna be so great," and then that guy was like, looked past Pluto and was like, "That looks a lot like Pluto too, way out there." And then
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh fuck! All right, well we can't
by
make
that
that
guy,
a planet."
wasn't it like Neil deGrasse Tyson? He was
It wasn't.
big
But he was a big sort of like
supporter
Yeah,
of
he was a
and-
proponent of like it's not really
It's
a
not a
planet,
planet,
guys. Which
yeah.
I totally. Hey man, I'm not an astrophysicist or planety guy.
What?
I don't know what that's called.
or a doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
Yep.
I am not a doctor. I have given medical advice on many occasions. I'm
sorry.
But I'm
Thank you for
not
that,
a
by the
doctor.
way.
You're welcome. How'd that work out?
Still itches.
Yeah.
Hey, oh,
Hey, peanut butter is a miracle cure, in my opinion.
that sounds terrible.
I didn't say I was
The
a
oil
doctor.
would keep the heat in. Trust me, I know how these things work.
The oil will keep the heat in.
Ew.
Oh God.
Okay, let's go back to Pluto. I don't like this
So
digression.
guys, Pluto.
Pluto.
So here's the crazy thing. We were at a friend's house last night, and he made this really great, astute thing, a statement, which I thought was really amazing, which was, we can go to Pluto in 10 years. We could
Yeah.
literally send people to Pluto, and they would come back to Earth in a 20-year cycle today.
That's true.
Well, can we?
Can't we?
Do you?
You're like, stop being so negative, Allison.
Ah?
I mean, but New Horizons isn't something that a person could travel in. So to get that same velocity,
Mainly just because, well, first off, velocity don't matter nothing, but
Right.
because of relativity.
Yeah.
So it's not like there's going to be G-forces. I mean, as you
Yeah.
speed
no,
up, there will be.
I don't mean G-forces. I mean just getting a larger vessel up to the same speed that New Horizons got to make it 10 years
Yeah.
would
Got
take
it.
more propellant at
right.
first.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How big is the New Horizon thingy?
It's probably the size of like a school bus, I'm guessing. I
Is
don't
it?
know. I mean, I can't
Wow,
guess.
that was
Yeah,
a big guess. I would have been like, it's the size of a Prius.
Let's all guess. School bus?
I say Prius.
Prius.
House.
House. That's huge.
Size
I don't think we've sent anything to space that's the size of a house. Well, I guess
the
the
fucking space
spaceships.
station.
well, but that's not. It's a different size of a house.
Small house. Size of...
It's
Yeah.
it's an
What are we
elongated
talking
dog
house.
house.
Yeah, one bedroom
That's what I
house.
meant,
What are we
yeah.
talking about?
Yeah.
Here we go. Space dimensions. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't
what?
think anybody wins this one. 27 inches,
What?
27 inches tall, 83 inches long, and 108 inches at its widest.
Okay, 108
Whoa.
divided by 12. What is that?
17.
Oh, you guys look at me.
I'm super
That's
popular.
17.
I'm not.
That's me.
You're popular at
I know, I'm
maths.
popular at math.
So what is it?
It's not 10. It's less than 10
It's
feet.
not 10.
It's like
It's
9
about
feet.
9, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey!
it's
Yeah.
9 feet.
9 feet. That
I
could
think
be
I
like a
win with
Winnebago.
Prius.
I think you win with
That's
Prius.
okay.
God damn it, fucker.
Well, that's what the Mars rover
You
was.
can
By
live-
the
Wait,
size of
4
a Prius.
people can be in a Prius. 5 people can
Oh
actually
my
be in a
God!
Prius.
Would you want to be in a Prius for 5 years or for 20
years? Well,
20 years
yeah.
with 5 people.
With you guys, I would.
Aw, we could just do our podcast from space.
just-
Didn't we say we were doing that next year?
I think
Podcast
we're
from
always
space.
trying to do our podcast from space. But the other thing that blew my mind was I was like, yeah, but you got to realize that 10-year journey to Pluto was done using 10-year-old technology.
Right, that's a good point.
They didn't even have the PlayStation 4.
They didn't
To put on
But
that
also,
thing.
think about the fucking camera. Like the camera's taking all these pictures.
Yeah.
It's a 10-year-old camera. You would
Yeah.
never use
our
a 10-year-old
our
camera.
cell phone cameras are probably more powerful than that
Yeah,
camera.
no doubt.
Yeah, but the pictures they got back were pretty rad.
That's
So
pretty neat.
mountains.
Mountains.
They
yeah.
found said high as 11,000 feet.
nice.
They think they're ice.
Ooh.
Right? And anytime anybody
Well,
says
I'm not-
ice, I
don't
go,
think they're gonna
aliens.
be. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be lava mountains because they're too far from the sun.
Well, this is true.
Yeah.
This is very true.
It's going to be a cold planet, you guys.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically Hoth.
It's Hoth.
It is Pluto's Hoth.
Yes.
How crazy is that?
Oh my gosh.
We can go to Hoth in the next 10 years?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could hop on a plane and be like at Hoth in
And
10
then
years.
the Empire will be there with their little
Holy
spy
crap.
droids, and then they'll just blow it all up.
Let's do it.
Or however that went.
You think they
That was
have
just like Star Wars. though.
tauntauns?
Oh, God, I
I
hope
thought
so.
they smelled bad on the outside. How's that for my Han
That's
Solo?
great.
That was amazing.
You guys, how about my Han Solo song?
Oh, was it Talkin'
Talkin'
Han Solo?
Talkin' Han Solo.
That was hysterical. I'm actually really excited for the video to come
I
out
want it
just so
just
people
for
can
that
see that
moment.
moment. Because it was, I mean, you literally just went somewhere else.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, I hope Allison comes back. I was like, she must have needed to go to the bathroom because she just left the building.
We should add special effects to that show.
Oh.
Oh, God, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Just
If you're
fireworks
worried
going off
about
for
people
no
being like,
reason.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Actually, Tauntaun's running by
Han
in the
Solo.
front, no reason.
Wait, what?
Saying adding a visual.
Yeah, but a tauntaun runs.
yeah,
I didn't,
tauntaun
I
running
didn't
in
hear
front.
what
The word you
said
just
runs
said.
past-
Yeah, the thing.
Tauntaun.
Tauntaun. Okay, so Pluto. So that's
Pluto.
awesome.
Yep.
By the way,
Yeah.
I think it was we were going. That thing was going 30,000 miles an hour.
Because it traveled over 1 billion miles.
Yeah,
That's a
right?
lot
yeah,
of miles.
in 10 years. But it literally. And by the way, it totally just went. I mean, it didn't stop and circle. It just went. Wow. But
Oh yeah,
as it
it's
went,
still
it was like,
going.
Oh, it's not doing anything else?
no, it's going out even
Holy.
farther.
Yeah.
In 10 years, we're gonna get shit back from like Ursa Pooper or whatever.
Ursa Pooper?
You know, yeah. Some of the farther stars.
Ursa
the lesser known planets.
Yeah, I never heard of that one.
Ursa Pooper. Yeah.
Never heard of that.
It was
one.
discovered by Jim Pooper.
Poor Jim Pooper.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So some other fun
Yeah.
stuff that
Yep.
happened.
Good language.
China
China. Yep. I've been there.
has successfully created a 3D printed bone.
Ooh.
They can using bone powder, and a medical glue. They can 3D print bones.
I'm for this.
Is that because your body is less likely to reject it? Because it's
Yeah.
like
Yes.
a bone as
Yeah.
opposed to plastic?
well,
Or like
or also
metal.
like your hip. Like I mean, think about
Well,
like your
yeah.
hip joints and like all the other
Yeah.
places, and you know what I mean.
No, I get that.
or
but
like
I
a
assume
broken
it's-
bone that you're gonna. I mean, I don't know how you fucking take out a bone and put a bone in. That seems like a very extensive surgery.
That's a-
Yeah.
But then again, they do that. They cut a person's hip off and put a fake hip in.
That's true.
I mean,
They
hip
do.
replacement, knee replacement. That's what they do. They
Yeah.
cut the bone off above the knee and below the knee, and then
Yeah.
they just put a fucking metal
Holy
thing.
crap.
But just how crazy would that be if it could be an actual,
Actual
bone?
bone.
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Crazy.
Yeah.
So they're just starting
guess
animal
maybe it's-
trials.
I could be taller, is what you're saying. Take out my legs,
Dude,
But
it's
in
like
taller.
Gattaca. Yeah, they could just remove your legs and then you like chill legless for a couple days while they grind up your bones and then print you new bones.
Oh, they use your own bone to do
Well, no,
it?
I think they just use ground bone.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, and this is going to be a little weird, but I have a
Okay.
feeling like, you know how people are like owner dogans, donor organs, like
Yeah.
organ donors,
Yes.
or donor organs. You know, if somebody's a
So
donor
yeah, you
organ,
can donate your bones to this.
you could donate
thing.
your bones, and then what they would do is they would use ground up human
Yeah.
bone dust,
Wow.
and then 3D. But they are full on 3D printing bones.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I actually think the more applicable situation, not to be taller, Tom, but like people who have
Though
to
it's
get
a valid
like,
choice.
If you have to get a metal replacement,
Yeah.
you can't go through metal detectors anymore. You have to get like different security checks and that kind of thing.
Good
Oh, that's
point.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have actual bone in you, you don't have to get frisked every time you go to the airport.
Plus, I feel like your body would be more apt to absorb, you know, sort of like synergize with it.
Yeah. We
Not
wouldn't reject it.
reject
Yeah.
it.
So couldn't we do like a whole Wolverine thing and give ourselves like super strong bones?
Well, now
like
that's the
plated
other thing.
bones?
But that's the other thing is that there might be a way that they could actually make the bone stronger by using
like more dense.
yeah,
and
like
just-
or using bone dust and like titanium dust at the same time.
is that you
Then-
making this up? Like
Yeah,
titanium
shit, yeah.
dust?
I'm not a doctor or
But then you-
scientist, but I'm just saying.
Then you still have to get frisked at the airport.
Okay, what about like what about like a carbon fiber?
Ooh.
Right? Yeah. Everybody loves carbon fiber. All the fancy shit has carbon fiber
So
on
now
it.
we have stronger bones. We have
Kevlar bones. Kevlar.
And by the way,
Yes.
lighter.
Yeah.
I want
We
bulletproof
can have little
bones.
avian bones. Like
no, but
little-
then we like break all the time.
No, carbon fiber.
Oh, God. Right. That's what
It
they make
fixes
fucking planes
everything.
out of. these
Exactly.
days. Yeah, good call.
Dude, this is, I mean,
Planes
science
are
is just
the
going
safest
crazy.
things in the world.
Yeah, planes don't explode and crash. But the really crazy thing is this all started because what they were doing was they were actually doing an example that they had was this guy had liver cancer.
Yeah.
And they actually show a picture of sort of the vein structure of his liver.
Oh, wow.
And what they
Okay.
could do is they could print out an actual realistic model of the liver that the surgeons were going to operate on with the internal vein structure intact and the cancer because through scans and MRI and stuff.
Yeah. You need to not drink
So
soda
they-
when we do this podcast. You are burping big person.
So they can actually practice the surgery on the exact replica of the liver that they're going to be
that's
practicing.
cool.
So they can get better at knowing exactly where the veins are that they need to miss, and they
Yeah.
can see where the cancer is they need to take out. And so they did this successfully, and they actually were able to only remove 42.8% of this guy's liver, whereas
Oh.
previously they would have had to he would have had a liver transplant.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they were like, that's too
42.8% is still a lot of liver to lose, but
But you can actually
grows
survive. I don't know if it grows back, but you can survive with a smaller portion of a
Yeah,
liver
yeah,
because
yeah,
people
yeah.
will do the lobe transfers where they'll take like a third of
Right.
the liver and then put it in somebody else.
right.
I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
Because you're a doctor.
Doctor scientist guy.
Dr. Scientist, we need you in Operation Room 4.
Yeah.
Stat.
Stat. What does that mean? What
Oh,
does stat
I
mean?
know. I knew it. I've looked this up like 7 times on a lot of
I
different
always
shows.
thought stat meant status, and then I realized, nope, that makes no sense.
No, and I feel like it might be RSVP. You know RSVP?
It's like rendezvous.
Respondez-vous
por favor.
s'il vous plaît.
Is it?
Yeah,
What is it?
Respondez-vous s'il vous plaît, which means
Respondez-vous, s'il vous plaît.
Yeah, it
that sounds
means-
like pig Latin.
it's French.
French.
It's French for pig Latin.
But stat sounds
Stat.
very like
No, it
German
sounds
Nazi.
like-
Like stat. Like, you know.
It
but
sounds like pig Latin in
stat.
French or French. It sounds like you're saying French words in pig Latin.
Stat.
It's from the
Stat.
Latin. Oh, that's what it is. It's from the Latin word statum, which means immediately.
Statum. So I was
Statum.
close with status. I was one letter off.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's
Stat. As
statum.
opposed to saying statum.
By the way, I want to have a doctor be like, I need 3 cc's of morphine. Statum.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Everyone would pause and be like, what?
Doctor, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, we all speak Latin here.
Didn't you graduate from medical school?
No, I did not. What are you doing here? I just walked in.
I'm a Latin teacher. Actually.
Yeah.
but keep at it.
Yeah, sounds good. You're holding that artery with like a champ.
Yeah.
So anyway, 3D printing is going to be some cool shit.
That's pretty sweet.
That's all I
Woo!
got. Okay, I love this article. I love this article title caught me, and then I read it, and I was sort of like, yeah, and it's sort of an interesting
I
concept.
love that you're having a moment right now.
I am.
Yeah, you look very.
So you ready for this?
Yeah.
The article title is "Why Telling Kids to Dream Big is a Big Con."
Whoa.
Okay.
What?
Continue. I can see it. But
Right?
Go ahead. Yeah.
And I was a little bit like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
You gotta tell people to do awesome and be awesome and everything.
And they can be president. All of them. All the kids can be president.
Yes. All of the kids
Yes.
will never be plumbers.
Right.
That's
And
not
then
how the world works.
We all die of septic poisoning.
Septic poisoning.
Because no one has cleaned our
Because
toilets.
all of our septic tanks
Yes.
explode in poison. No, it literally goes on to say, like, look, we love the idea of positive reinforcement,
Right.
but it gets to this point of telling a kid you can be anything. You just, as long as you put your hard work and energy in
Right.
and set your mind to it. The bottom line is we're setting them up for disappointment, because then when they go, well, I did set my mind to it and I did put all my energy in, and I'm not
An
Sinead
astronaut?
O'Connor.
I'm not sure.
You know what I mean?
Did you say
Really?
That was deep lore. That was deep cut.
That's a kid's big
Lady
dream.
Gaga. I'm
Okay.
not Lady Gaga.
Okay.
I'm not even Gaga. I'm
Okay.
like literally just.
I'm Ga.
I'm Ga. I'm not even Ga. I can't even sing. I mean, this goes to the thing. It's like kids like, I want to be a singer, and you're like, great, sing. Oh, please stop
Don't be a
doing that.
singer.
Don't sing that ever. Right now they go like, that's great. Just set your
Yeah.
mind to it, and your heart will fly. And it's
see.
like, no.
and your heart will fly.
Yeah.
So it should be you can be whatever you want as long as your own personal skills line up with whatever you want to be. So
And the kids are like,
big.
yay! Yeah, that's the new Disney movie.
Yeah.
Honey, you can be anything you want as long as your skills align with that outcome.
Yeah.
But it's totally true.
Have you
Yeah.
guys seen Inside Out?
Yeah.
Oh
Super
my
cute.
gosh. What a Tom, you're a disgrace.
Thank you.
First off, fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Like everyone, if you haven't seen it, go see it. Because not
Yeah.
only is it like a really well written film and it's entertaining and it's heartfelt, it's the first time I've seen something that I feel like it actually gives people the tangible tools to talk about what the hell is going on inside their heads.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I understand that we don't actually have like little anamorphic, is that the word I'm looking for? Anthropomorphic feelings running around in our brain.
Right.
But just to be able to explain something to someone that
Yeah.
way, I'm like, oh shit. If everyone saw this movie
Yeah.
and just like,
Well, especially
Embrace
kids, because they can
communication,
be like, I
especially
think
kids.
I'm angry.
Yeah.
My sadness person is here. And
Right.
it's like, it's better than just being like, fuck you, mom.
I can't tell you. I saw the movie less than a week ago, and I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with my adult friends when we're talking about why something is affecting us somehow, and
Yeah.
they'll go, "Well, it's because one of my core memories is this," and you go, "Oh, I get it." So, core memories in the movie is like the memories that happen to you when you're younger that actually shape who you are as a
Yeah.
person, and. Without that terminology, you sort of just kind of are like, well, I'm kind of this way because of this. But like when you actually think a specific moment made you that way,
Yeah.
it's easier to define it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's
well, this
very
might be
cool.
some of those moments.
Right,
Because,
so-
and it's funny because I was talking to my buddy Jeff, and he said that he had this moment. He was like, I felt like such an asshole. There was like, I think it was like an 11-year-old cousin of somebody at a party or whatever, and he was like, I want to be, I can't remember what he said he wanted to be. I think he said doctor. He was like, I want to be a doctor when I grow up. And my buddy Jeff just goes, that's awesome. You know, there's a lot of hard work in medical school. You're going to, it's going to take a lot of work. So just, be prepared for that.
Yeah.
And the kid was just sort of like, what? Like his soul broke. And then he was like, oh my God, what did I just do? And he was like, I mean,
Here's
you can
ice
be
cream.
anything. You can be anything. And it's like, no, but
Yeah.
you should, but that's the thing. Is you should be
My-
like, that's awesome. Good luck. And one of the things in the article was like, I guess 80% of people in, I think it was 76. Well, let me find the actual number.
Did you just throw numbers out? What's happening?
It was 76.
Percent?
No, in 1976.
Oh, in the year 1976.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only 26% of high school seniors plan to get an advanced degree,
Okay.
right? And 41% plan to work as a professional, compared to 50% and 63%. So 50% of the people in 2000s, high school seniors, said they're going to go on to get an advanced degree.
Wow, that actually seems
good.
like a low number
No,
to me.
here's where it's not good.
Oh.
The amount of advanced degrees that were given, the exact same number
As it was in 1976?
as it was in 1976. So the difference
shit.
between people who were like, I'm going to be a doctor, and then go and be like, this is fucking hard, I'm out,
Right.
was way more. And those people are super disappointed and disillusioned, and now they're fucked for life. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe not fucked for life. That's strong. Yeah, I don't want to say that.
That seems dramatic. Maybe
it
they
was a little
found someone,
dramatic.
fell in love, and had kids, and like now they're satisfied just being a parent. Like,
So that's
don't judge.
So the next thing is people being satisfied with their life, with their parents. Right. So in 2010, it was revealed that 80% of coworkers were dissatisfied by their jobs.
Ooh.
In 2010, 80%. 2013.
Wait, is that 80% of the population?
Yes, that is currently working.
Woo.
And in
Wow.
2013, 89%.
What?
89%
of the workforce
of workers
Wow.
are dissatisfied by their job.
Oh my gosh.
Right? And so
Yeah.
you start to go like, well, is it because the jobs all suck, or is it because they're disappointed with not reaching this lofty goal that not many people are going to reach anyway?
Right.
And so we're setting these kids up for, and they don't say, don't tell kids that you can dream big.
Right.
But they just said that there's ways to think about how to say that in a way that isn't just like, if you want to be the president, you can be the president. I mean, there's only been a handful, but
Right.
I like Allison's way of putting it, though. That makes
You
sense.
can be whatever you want to
But-
be as long as your skill set lines
Yeah.
up with it. Yeah.
The good thing about this is it's not our problem. We're
Yeah.
too old for that right
yeah,
now.
we're already screwed.
So, you know, my little cousin lives out here in LA.
I do now.
Oh, I thought, haven't you met my little cousin? You met my aunt and uncle, haven't
How
you?
little is your cousin?
Well, he's now 18.
Oh,
But I've lived in LA for 12 years, so
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. So I've, basically watched my little cousin grow up from the age of 6 to now the age of 18. And when he was like, I'm not exaggerating, 8,
Yeah.
he wanted to be a awesome. Can't believe I forget the name of this job. The person who digs up dinosaur bones.
Archaeologist?
An archaeologist.
Paleontologist?
Paleontologist.
No. Paleontologist is plants, right?
No.
Archaeologist.
Well, archaeologist digs up like ruins of civilizations,
And a paleontologist is specific to
rooms up-
dinosaurs.
Did you ever see
Well,
Indiana
philosophies.
Jones dig up a dinosaur? No, he was an archaeologist.
Oh, good
He's
call.
not a
Good call.
paleontologist.
You know what?
He did dig up
That's right.
aliens,
It's
though.
shocking to me the amount of information that just escapes my brain when you put a microphone in front of my face.
That's what the
Anyway,
microphone does.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so he wanted to be a paleontologist.
Probably.
Yeah.
And it was a paleontologist,
We'll look
and
it
now all of a sudden he's going to college
Good.
to design video games.
That's awesome.
Right? But me thinking back when he was 8, like this 8-year-old wants to be, and he would say paleontologist. Obviously, me can't say paleontologist, but he as an 8-year-old said paleontologist, and then I think he figured out what he was good at, and now he's designing video games. Which to me, like, if you told a kid, like, or not if you told a kid, if you as an adult looked at someone and you're like, tell a kid to be a paleontologist or tell a kid to design video games, you'd be like, be a paleontologist.
Yeah,
But
right.
like him designing video games is so much more tangible.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to me, it's so much cooler.
Yeah, it was much cooler.
Yeah.
Those fucking bones are going to be there.
Right.
Somebody's going to find them.
Right.
Doesn't have
Meanwhile,
to be him.
I'm getting bored. So design me a game, Brandon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
by the way, he will maybe design the best digging up dinosaur bones video game we've ever
There you
played.
go, yeah.
I'll be like, it's good, the paleontologist game. Like, what? Paleo time.
Paleo time.
But they
Like
showed
burger
that,
time.
Yeah, like burger time, but with paleos. But that was one of the things they also said was that they were like, there are a lot of kids that are like, I want to be a doctor, and then they suck at math. Because some people suck at math, and it's like they're still going, no, I'm still going to be a doctor, and you're like, you're
really bad at math.
Yeah, you're really bad at math, and math is sort of really specifically
important.
needed.
You're
for
not
that.
popular at
yeah,
it.
you
You're
can
not
be
popular at it.
How about you get your doctorate in literature?
In talking.
Yeah, then you're still a doctor.
But I think it's tough. I think it is tough. I think it's that balance of being able to be like, what do you want to do? You can do anything. Like, sky's the limit and dream big and all those things that I love and have done all my life. You know what I mean?
as long as your skill set aligns with it.
As long as
Perfect.
your skill set aligns with
yeah.
it. But
You're at 40.
we're at 40 minutes
40
already?
minutes.
I would have
Man.
told you earlier, but we weren't at 40 minutes earlier.
You know what? That does make perfect sense.
Tom, you're so good at your job.
Thank
I would have told you earlier, but we weren't at 40 minutes earlier. That is
That's
amazing.
how time works.
I
All right, last story. I think it's fantastic.
Oh, I thought we were going to be done.
No, we got
Just real quick,
All right,
last
real
story.
quick.
Real
Okay.
quick last story because it has to do with killer robots.
Nice.
So, killer robots, the soldier that never sleeps.
Okay.
So,
Terrifying.
in South Korea, because they have the demilitarized zone and all
Right.
that stuff, they have created these autonomous machine cannons
Oh, gosh.
that can detect
Movement.
people, that are not supposed to be where they are. It yells at them and says, "Stop! Halt! You're in a restricted area. Please run." I mean, and by the way, they look like Ed 209.
Do they really?
They do look
What?
like Ed 209.
They ripped us
and
off.
they go, "Stop! Halt!" And then if they don't do it, they go, "If you don't leave, you will be
You have
fired
20
upon.
seconds to comply.
You have 20 seconds to comply." And he puts the gun down. He was like, "Brrr, "You have 10 seconds to comply." So, and it's got automated tracking and shit. Like it will freaking
That's freaky.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, it's
That
kind
is
Yeah,
of
look at that.
terrifying.
it's kind of cool until it becomes
It's like
self-aware,
totally
and
Ed
then we are
209.
screwed.
So here's the crazy bit. So essentially what happens is now the way that it works is it goes, whoop, there's somebody here. He shouldn't be there. And it says all the stuff. We're going to fire. And then it warns a human
right.
and says, "Hey, human, this thing's happening." They have to put in a password, and then they have to put in a password again and double confirm in order for it to actually unlock
Okay.
and fire.
That actually makes me feel better.
Yeah.
That was not put in by the people that designed it. And they were sort of like, I mean, if you want us to put that in, we can, but we don't need to put that in, and these were not created to have that system in there. But literally everybody that bought them was like, "This feels weird.
Yeah.
Could you just give us one layer?" But the best part is the people that made it are sort of like, I mean, yeah, if you want to be idiots, like we designed it.
So you wouldn't
it
have to do
to
anything.
do that.
Right.
But it's literally, but how crazy is that? That's like one step away. And then you
Yes.
start getting into the crazy hacker stuff where like the guy
my
hacked the
God,
plane.
yeah.
Think about if somebody could hack one of these
No.
systems.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Is that what you're suggesting?
No.
No.
I'm glad we're.
Although I'm
you
going to
can't
guess
hear me
by
winking.
by hour 6 of our drunkathon that we're going to
we
do.
will attempt to hack it.
Yes.
We'll be like automatedturrets.org. That's not there.
Someone's yeah.
Automatedcannon.edu.
Us buddies, have you guys been watching Mr. Robot at all on
Yeah.
USA?
Yes.
Good show, but Rami Malek, the lead guy, is
Yeah,
a good
yeah.
friend of mine. And so I would probably just call him up and be like, "Help us hack.
Yeah.
Hack
How
this.
do we hack this?"
Isn't there like an app for hacking?
What is
like
the
someone
hacking?
out there like
Hack
there
app.
must be hack app. Come
Yeah.
on.
Wow.
Hack app.
Easy.
You can make
Hack
millions doing that.
Easy breezy.
Yeah.
I haven't caught up. I got one episode
I'm not
left
caught up either.
Of,
Shh, sorry.
of Mr. Robot. As it
Robot.
were. It's very cool. Super stylized. I love
Yeah.
Yeah.
it. So robot guns are here to stay, friends.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yay.
Yay! Don't
start that drinking
don't
now at
walk
Marathon?
across that field.
Yeah.
There's a robot gun
Stay
on
in
the other
fucking North
side.
Korea.
yeah. Yeah, that's all. I can't wait for the PSAs to come out about like they will gun you down. It sounds better in Korean.
And with your jazz hands.
And with my jazz hands, as nobody could see my jazz hands, they were so
Can't see your
on
jazz
point.
hands.
They were on point. All right.
On point.
All right, people. Well, that is it for this week's edition of the Half Hour Happy Hour. I'm Alex Albrecht.
I'm Alison Haislip.
That is Tom Krajewski on the
Whoa.
knobs. Email us, halfhourhappyhourfans@gmail.com. Also,
Follow us on Twitter.
on the tweetars, at halfhourhappyhr.
Yeah.
See, I can say these things because there's no drinking involved.
Ooh,
No,
so
see, there we
weird.
go.
Like, way easier to do it. And keep up to date with us on the tweetars to see
The
when
tweetars.
where the video of last week's episode will be put up on Nerdist.
Woot woot.
All right, people, have fun. We will talk soon.
Bye.